back to Wookies on X-Wing. My name is Matt.
I'm Jon.
And today we have the Force Awakens. This is the new starter set, first impressions.
So, I am flying the Mighty Resistance with none other than Poe Dameron. I'm taking Push the Limit at AutoThrusters and a BB-8 because that's Poe's droid. Also, Red Squadron Veteran, also with AutoThrusters. Wingman because I felt like that was appropriate. And old meets new, Dutch Vander, flying with the R7T1 droid. So that is, you can target lock and boost if you have the proper permissions to do so, and with a TLT.
So nice, very nice mix here. I mean, you take AutoThrusters.
Yes.
Why not?
Yeah.
And I am also mixing old with new. We have Vader leading the First Order, which is somewhat strange, but we'll go with it. He is the squad leader, as is appropriate, with a TIE X1 title and a free accuracy corrector. We have Omega Ace with Opportunist pilot skill, and then 3 Epsilon Squadron TIE FOs.
Sweet. I love the TIE FOs.
Oh, it's such a fun ship to fly.
So here we have your basic deployment. You have 3 Epsilon Squadron pilots. You want to talk about why you deploy them in the way you did?
Well, I like, they're going down first, so get some presence in the middle of the board, get a presence on one wing, try to, mitigate denied flank as much as I can. I know most of your fleet's going down after me, so we'll see where you go with it.
Yeah. And for me, because Dutch and, the Red Squadron Veteran have to go where they are, I'm going to put them up in the middle. I notice that you're probably going to do a pincer formation or whatever here, but I have a really strong anvil here. I might as well make that to my advantage.
And we do have quite a nice lane here. It is nice having the numbers 5-3 for ships. So we've got Omega Ace going down on the opposite wing to his Epsilon Squadron compatriot. Looks like Poe is going to become his opposite number.
Yeah, Poe is my... he's my cavalry.
Yeah, I was like, I don't like you. I need to remove you now.
Yeah.
And then, Vader, he's got his wingman, does not want to be in the front of the fight. Completely happy sitting right where he is.
Yeah, Vader is really nice with that auto accuracy corrector, I should say, because he doesn't really care about any kind of offensive action that much. If he gets shots, bam, 2 attack dice. If you rolled 3 hits, great, cool. But you can worry about your actions being defensive tech, and it's very strong in Vader when he wants to just send actions the other way.
It is. The accuracy, I like the accuracy corrector. Had a lot of fun with it in this game. It's that, did I roll any crits? Nope. Did I roll 2 hits? Nope. Okay, I get 2 hits.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
On top of that, Vader, when you were talking about creating this squadron for your fleet, squadron, you wanted to have the ability to just get your Omega Ace.
Yeah, so
do this thing.
He's a new, one of the new character pilots. Omega Ace's ability is, you can elect to spend a target lock on his target as well as a focus token and change any dice you roll to crits.
Yeah. So if you roll...
Hence the Opportunist.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you stress yourself out, you have 3 attack dice. If you roll, you have the potential, especially range 1, you have 4 attack dice, with the potential of all of them being crits.
Yeah, and Vader having squad leaders, like, okay, so Omega Ace target locks or focuses, and Vader says, you do the other one.
So you're just zooming up here. So for my squadron, I wanted to, like I said, match a little bit of old with new. The Y-Wing with the TLT seems to be fairly strong, rightfully so. It's fairly powerful.
It's expensive, it better be.
Yeah. With Dutch Vander, it allows me to give... There's also a little bit of synergy there. If I target lock, I can hand out target locks to other people. With the R7T1 droid, that gives him a little bit more flexibility. He can boost out of the way, get out of that range 1 band, so he can use the TLT. On top of which, if he boosts and target locks and then hands the target lock to somebody else, that's good for my action economy.
It's very nice, yeah.
And then with Poe, we've seen in Worlds Poe being flown with veteran instincts. When I get my hands on Poe for the first time, I notice that BB-8 and Push the Limit is a nice combination. I want to see if I can make that useful.
Yeah, three actions a turn is nothing to snuff at, especially when, You reveal green maneuver. Okay, BB-8. I barrel roll. All right, because I barrel rolled, I push the limit. And then I green maneuver and get rid of the stress anyway.
Yeah.
And then I do my action. You have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah, it's very reminiscent of how I like to fly my shuttle with the fleet officer.
Yes.
In the sense that I do my action, which is with a fleet officer, and then I will do my green maneuver and get rid of that stress, and leaves options for following turns.
So here, see, Omega Ace decided, nope, I am not going toe-to-toe with Poe. Don't want any of that.
No.
Especially with Poe's pilot ability.
So here I am. I revealed 3 forward, which is a green maneuver for the T-70 X-Wing, giving me the option to barrel roll, giving me a little bit ahead. So now I'm going to
stress yourself out.
Stress myself out.
Boost.
To boost.
And then get rid of the stress when you perform your 3 forward.
Yeah.
So that's silly. And a 3 forward being green on the T-70, that's very nice.
It's pretty good.
Like, the T-70 versus the T-65, you are paying for what you get. But what you get are, well, you get an extra point of shield and some vastly improved engines.
Yeah. Yeah, and boost.
Yeah, it's
the ability
awesome.
to boost, which means it opens up the access to AutoThrusters.
Oh, it's golden.
So
yeah.
Now it's because I've barrel rolled closer to the edge of the board. I have a lot of options on how I'm going to approach the next following turns.
Yeah, you've got some nice options to just swing around into the side, which is what I'm trying to do, except, I'm trying to do that with a TIE-FO, and you have a T-70 that can do that.
Yeah.
He thinks it's a little unbalanced. So Vader here is going to squad leader, tell that guy to, oi, get over here.
Do a barrel roll. Yes, boss.
You are too far away. Get your butt over here.
Close in. Everybody needs to be close.
Yeah, so it's... The thing I like with the TIE-FO, it has a shield compared to the regular TIE fighter, but you don't actually trade any hull for it, so it has the 4 health versus 3.
Yeah.
So I do feel a lot more comfortable toe-to-toeing with an FO versus a TIE fighter.
Yeah. On top of that, it has a targeting computer as well, and
It's great.
And all of those maneuvers that the TIE-FO has, like
Which is exactly what he did there. It's targeting computer.
Yeah. 2 Signer loop.
Oh, it's
so good.
Yeah, like we've seen the 3 Signer loops. The Star Viper has it, and the IG-88 has it.
Yeah.
But the 2, it really opens up a whole new range of possible locations you can end up.
The 2 maneuver is really just so nice for tight, close combat engagements, and that's really where you want to have your TIE fighters.
Oh, exactly. And that's kind of what doing here. Last turn, bringing everybody in. This turn, all right, let's ram a hammer at something.
Yeah. So I think I pushed a little bit too fast forward with my rebels, knowing that you could just leapfrog ahead and engage on your own terms. So now I'm sort of forced into the fact that if I do a 1 forward, I'm still getting within range 1 of you.
Yeah, no matter where you move, you're either going to bump or you're in range 1.
And one of the things I was originally thinking of is taking that Y-Wing and just start really early on, start doing a big circle around where the main battle was going to be. But at the same time, I have two fighters that really don't want to be in the fight, and I want the Y-Wing to kind of tank a little bit because it has more durability.
It does. It only has 1 defense versus 2, but it's got 2 health on the T-70. So a little bit of trade either way.
Yeah, and the TLT on him makes him a little bit more of a threat. Like,
oh, for sure,
you want to deal with him right away.
You really do. Yep. And here he goes. Looks like likely going to be a target lock here. Well, I mean, it's Dutch. It's going to be a target lock.
It's going to be a target lock. Who do I want to target lock is the question.
Yeah, it's strange, seeing TIE fighters having a blue target lock.
Yeah.
But there you go.
I think it's going to be something you're going to see a lot more of with in the future, especially with the tracer missiles coming.
Oh yeah, those threads. But I mean, and that's the thing with these the TIE-FOs here is, they're 15 points, 15 points base. So what you're getting, you are buying for 3 points over a regular counting pilot. You've got a targeting computer. You've got
Better dial.
You've got the Signer loop, and you've got a shield. So
You know,
whether or not that's worth it, I think it's worth it.
yeah, they definitely. The First Order definitely got upgrades cheap.
Yes, they got some very good upgrades.
They went to a discount store for their upgrades, and you know what? Can't blame them.
No, not at all. And we had Omega Ace just managed to slot in behind the Epsilon Squadron pilot here,
Nice.
so he could get a focus. And here's Poe doing his BB-8 roll.
Yeah.
It's kind of amusing. I really like what Fantasy Flight did with that. You have the droid that's a ball that makes you roll. All right, I can get behind that. Kind of silly, but I can get behind that.
Yeah. No, I'm good. It's good.
Yeah, Poe's he's in a good spot here. Looks like he pushes to boost, and then does his one bank. Gets rid of his stress. That's a beautiful range one shot into the side of a TIE. That's gonna tickle.
Yeah. And with Poe, you want to focus because Poe's pilot ability is when you are attacking or defending, you may change one of your focus results to a hit or an evade if you have a focus.
As long as you don't spend it.
Yeah. So if you have, it's basically very similar to Luke Skywalker's ability. Maybe that's a little secret spoiler that Fantasy Flight's sending us. I don't know. Maybe Poe has some force sensitive abilities, but I think it's better than Luke's ability because you have to focus. Yes,
You have to turn it on, but you get it for both,
yeah,
and it works for every roll.
yeah, exactly. Having it offensively is really nice, but at the same time, Luke doesn't have to do any actions in order to get. He just gets it, so he can focus on doing offensive things or spending that focus if he needs to.
Yeah. So here we had Vader grabs his own target lock, and tells Omega Ace, "Oi, target lock Dutch." And looks like Vader's going to take some pot shots at Dutch here.
Looks like you get 2 hits.
I get 2 hits anyway, so his accuracy is correct.
One does not simply accuracy correct Vader.
And looks like he gets a point or two of damage through onto Dutch, so I'll take it. Vader starts to get...
I am the one that's taking the damage, thank you very much.
Vader starts to get some work done.
Yeah.
And now Poe. Now this is not range 1. However, this TIE-FO does not have a focus token. I am simply rolling defense dice, and there we saw Poe's pilot ability, and what normally would outright kill a TIE fighter actually does not kill this FO, but he is at 1 health.
Yeah.
So that hurt a lot. I did not like that very much.
I don't blame you.
And his crit is he immediately stresses. So, alright, could be worse. The TIE-FO's got a beautiful dial for getting rid of stress, so it's not that bad, but...
I'm not going to complain too much. Poe's opening salvo pretty much crippled a TIE fighter.
Yeah, and here we go. We've got Omega Ace Opportunisting. I was kind of tempted to go after the Red Squadron vet, but it's like, alright, you know what? No. Let's go after Dutch. So I rolled 3 blanks. Kind of depressing. Then he uses pilot ability. And now he's got 3 crits.
Oh, man. And because he has his shields down, he's taking those crits.
Yeah, one gets through, and this is a major explosion that does chain into another crit.
Yeah.
So that was a very good use of his pilot ability.
Major explosion for the loss.
Yeah, that tickles. And now
I have drawn on these videos. I have drawn so many major explosions. It's not even funny.
Yeah, that card is grotesque.
I have seen it more than direct hits. At this point, I almost want direct hits more.
Yes, but we've majored explosion into direct hits and get 3 for 1.
I don't want to see direct hits that badly, actually. I'd rather not see any more direct hits.
And there he goes. Dutch gets a kill. And first blood goes to Jon. Poor Epsilon Squadron. He's actually just like his Academy pilot brothers in this case.
Yeah.
He explodes.
Yeah, I was thinking of firing at one of these TIE fighters at range 1. However, I kind of want to just put damage on that range 3 TIE fighter. Or range... Your ace. Your Mega Ace. I want to get rid of him fast.
After you saw what he did, it's like, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So here we go. We got the range 1. Got my range 1 ties. They smell blood in the water. They're going after Dutch.
And you fry them.
One of them's gone. So I will trade a tie for a Y-Wing. That is not bad.
And that's a brutal salvo. In one turn, you were able to take out a Y-Wing. That is very impressive.
Yeah. With 3 ships.
I mean, Vader with the accuracy corrector, or not even, but mostly with an accuracy corrector, the fact that you could just pile in 3 crits and then mopping up with the other TIE fighters, very effective.
Yeah, that was the idea of the list, and it's great to see that it actually does play out in practice. And it really does put some weight behind why I like the FO.
Yeah.
So now we're all kind of clustered up here, and this was the kind of game plan for that.
Rushing your TIE fighters
for the rushing the TIE fighters forwards. All right, we got 2 signature loop. I got a nice place. Let's just break. Let's use that signature loop. I didn't think that I could get both of them going in the same direction.
No,
So
that would be really awkward.
Opted to basically Y off of each other here.
No, I like the Y more. It gives you... They can come back together more, and that way you're not really stuck into...
Exactly, yeah.
It sets up a nice kill box in case something else wants to fly in there.
It
like
does.
Poe.
It doesn't, and it also really doesn't limit my maneuvers quite as much. And that's all. The 2 signature loop is beautiful for that. It does take some getting used to, though.
Okay, well, here with my veteran, I notice I'm in the kill box, and I don't really want to be in the kill box. I moseyed on a little bit too forward.
You're a little too mosey there.
Yeah. I was thinking I wouldn't have been able to clear a 4K turn, and I actually would have been able to do it. So it was my bad. But...
And here we've got... trying to find my template. Got a Mega Ace. Swinging around. Going toe-to-toe with Poe here.
Yeah, and I'm kind of kicking myself for not being able to
And the glorious thing about the FO, that 2 hard turn, that's green.
Yeah.
That is great.
Yeah.
So
Borrowing heavily from the TIE Interceptor.
Yeah, it's nice way to just use Opportunist, get rid of the stress. Feels good. And yeah, you know what? Let's start that pilot ability chain going. Or at very least, I'm going to defend myself.
Yeah.
Because he's going to have a lot of heat going on him.
What's really nice about him is that, well, because you have the targeting computer, you can save it for later turns. But because you have Vader there, you don't have to put the targeting lock on until you know you're actually firing on something.
Yeah, exactly. It's quite nice. And that was really the core of the list. Was I want Vader, and I want Mega Ace. Okay, how many other ships can I fit in here? I want to have at least 4, ideally 5 ships. Tried to get 6. That wasn't happening.
Yeah.
Because Vader and a Mega Ace are kind of expensive.
So I'm trying to figure out whether I want to push off of the barrel roll, and am I going to do it? I believe I am. Trying to gauge my distance, knowing the maneuver that I'm doing.
Yeah.
At this point, I really don't want Poe to be in the kill box, and I want him to get in a really good position where he can get some shots. Right now, he's getting 3 shots his way, and not in a really good, incredibly good position for future turns. Now I'm boosting, and then I'm going to do a 1 forward, and I'm going to bump, losing my action, my other action.
But you've done 2 already.
But I've done 2 already. I'm not getting that focus for defensive options, but I'm only getting fired at by Vader, and that might be range 3, that might be range 2, and the other TIE fighter will be range 2 because of the angle.
Yeah.
Probably.
That's going to be a close one, yeah.
So Vader moving in, he'll probably be a range 2 as well, getting some accuracy corrector shots. It's only 2 hits, so maybe I can defend against it.
Yeah. Thought I might be able to barrel roll him over, but looks like he's not. So yeah, you know what? I'm okay with doing the accuracy corrector. Trying to figure out who that belonged to.
Everybody get a target lock.
That is the weird thing of having the entire board have access to target locks. While you're playing Rebels and Imperials.
Yeah, feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's a little surreal.
But yeah, these new fighters just are much more maneuverable than I'm used to. The TIE fighters being able to signal loop like that opens up so many possibilities when you're trying to figure out exactly where your opponent's going to go, and you just exemplify that there.
Yeah. And Vader tells Omega Ace, you know what? Let's preemptively target lock.
Yeah, you can always change it later.
Yeah, exactly. You can change it later, and it's not going away. So take it. Here we go. We got Vader. He gets 2 hits, regardless of what he rolls, unless there's a crit in there, which is it's great. And we've got the little Epsilon squadron just take some pot shots at Poe, trying to strip some shields off him. Looks like it did a couple points of damage, so you know what? That's a reasonably successful turn.
Yeah.
For no return damage taken, I can get behind that.
Yeah, I feel like I could have gotten a couple of shots if I played a little less aggressively, but I feel like I'm in a good position now to get behind you and take out some fighters.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I feel a little bummed that I've lost my Y-wing so early in the game. It could have been avoided, but here we have 2 T-70s. Maybe I can pull it up with just these new fighters.
I mean, yes, they are ties with an extra health, but they're still just ties with an extra health. So
yeah, they only have the 2 attack dice.
And I did signal loop. I have stress I gotta get rid of. 3 forwards is green though, so that's quite nice. Really, really efficient way of getting rid of stress. I had barrel rolled the first tie to move, get him in a little better position.
Yeah.
Especially for next turn, but mostly to get a bit wider coverage on the fire zone.
So here we have...
Actually, I had my target lock Poe in anticipation of shooting him later.
Here we have the first ever showing on Wookiees on X-Wing of the...
This is the Talon roll.
Yep.
This is the T-70's unique maneuver.
So what happened here is I did a 3 hard turn, and now I slid it basically kind of like a barrel roll. I turned it so that it was facing the opposite direction that I was facing originally, and here I am. I'm turned around.
It's
flexible.
It's just you really don't know. Here we got a Mega Ace. He's coming around. Let's get in on the action. I'm coming for you. The Rock Spur blocks him. Looks like he's going to be spending another turn, getting himself turned around.
Yeah. No, I really like the Talon roll. It took me a while to figure out exactly where it was going to be, but if you're comfortable doing 3 hard maneuvers, you're comfortable doing Talon rolls.
It's a potent maneuver.
And I feel like it's almost more forgiving for bumping purposes than a K turn, because if you bump and you're doing a Talon roll, then you just you're not facing the utter wrong direction.
Yeah,
if that makes any
sure.
sense.
You're still just looking forward. So we have Vader. He kind of goes tete-a-tete with the
Yeah.
A little unfortunate. I was like, ah, crap. I'm right in front of right in front of an X-Wing. 2 X-Wings, in fact. This is bad. This is very bad. I don't have any defensive actions.
And Vader's only 1 shield tougher at this point.
He's got 5 health versus 4, so. But looks like you are electing to shoot the TIE fighters that can shoot you, though. Not necessarily a bad choice, though.
I didn't want to shoot through an asteroid at range 3.
That too.
It didn't really matter. I got 1 defense dice. Or 1 attack dice.
1 hit and 1 evade. So
yeah.
I can get behind that. Now you get your Red Squadron veteran shooting back.
I get my
Spend your target lock.
target lock going on.
So I persist. Target lock from a couple turns ago. And that's a little more dangerous. That's 3 hits. Now let's see. Yeah, it looks like a block.
2 of them.
Block 2 of them. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'm alright with that.
That's you rolling defense dice.
Oh
What
my
is
god,
this?
it occasionally happens. And returning fire. And completely missing. Let's move along.
Move along, attack dice. Move along. So here we are, and I mean, I'm just so in love with the T-70 after just 1 Talon roll. I know when the T-70 first came out, a lot of people were like, "Oh, it's crap. Oh, it's great." Worlds just happened, and guess what? We're on both sides of the top 2. The top 2 players. They both had Poe Dameron in there.
Yeah.
They both had a T-70.
That maneuver that the Epsilon Squadron just did, that's why I like the 2 Signer loop. Could not have done that with a 3.
Yeah.
He gets himself turned around, gets a nice fire, gets a very nice arc of fire opened up, and is in a bit of a dangerous position for the next few turns.
So I'm doing something. I'm waiting. I was going to do something, but I guess not.
Deciding on my action. He's focusing. He has a target lock already.
I'm doing a 1 bank to disengage. I'm not going into that kill box.
Nope.
I know it's bad for me. I knew it was coming.
Yeah, it's that. Oh, that 2 Signer loop is just so versatile.
I'm happy.
I have trouble not playing these TIE-FOs.
Yeah, that's one of the things I wanted to play Rebels because I knew that if I touched the TIE-FO, I would want to play it.
Yeah.
And it's like the same thing with the TIE Interceptor when that first came out, and I was flying basic TIE fighters. I didn't want to touch the TIE Interceptor because I'm like, it's just so much easier to fly. It's more expensive, but... And this TIE-FO is the same thing. It's like, I really like my basic TIE fighters. They get work done for me. I don't want to struggle with the realization that there are better...
There are other ties.
Better ties. I like my cheap crap. Yeah, the old school TIE fighters are the thrift shop equivalent of TIE fighters.
They really are. But I mean, and that's the thing is you can't. It's very difficult to do the classical TIE swarm with FOs.
Yeah.
I think you can't get as many. You can't get the full 8.
You'll get 6.
At best, they're 15 points each.
Yeah.
So you can get 6, and if you're taking 6, you have 10 points. You might as well spend upgrades.
Yeah.
You got some decent pilots there. So maybe you might be able to get it, but it's whether or not you want to do the 6 versus 8 ships.
I do like the Epsilon leader. The Epsilon leader, because we're talking about Force Awakens stuff, we might as well talk about some of the other pilots. So for people that don't know, Epsilon leader is one of the new pilots that come out in the Force Awakens box. And what his ability is at the start of the combat phase, all friendly fighters within range 1, which includes himself, shed a stress.
Oh, it's great.
So when it comes to fast recovery, doing those Signer loops, those 2 Signer loops, he is amazing for that kind of thing. Especially since the meta has the R2A3 droid, which is the stress droid, and you get tons of stress from
very quickly.
Yeah, extremely quickly. That kind of pilot ability mitigate that on your fighters.
It's very nice. And then, on the flip side, you have one of the, I think the T-70, the
Blue Ace?
Blue Ace. Blue Ace allows you to boost with the one turn template.
Yeah, he's 1 point more than a Red Squadron veteran, and he's basically exchanging his EPT for a 1 point Daredevil.
Yeah, that's like boosting with the one turn. Wow, you can end up in some funky spots.
Yeah, well, I believe Daredevil is a 3 point EPT. So Daredevil
Two,
is a 2 point EPT. So you're getting a 1 point Daredevil. It's solid.
Yeah.
And it's an ability that you can.
It doesn't stress you out.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you have the engine upgrade, or you'd have a boost anyway.
Yeah.
It's solid. I think I'm looking forward to the blisters.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, for sure.
Because there's so many more options. We're going to get more tech, because both the T-70 and the TIE-FO have a tech slot. So that's one of the new upgrade slots. So back to the game. Looks like you're getting turned around. A lot of stress happening.
We got Vader. Vader's got his. He's mooning Poe. I don't like that. I don't want Vader to moon Poe. I gotta get stuff between him and that T-70.
Yeah. Well, I was able to disengage. I took my own advice, and I was in a bad spot. I was getting out of there. So
yeah, looks like did Opportunist try to poke a couple crits into that Red Squadron vet last turn. I don't feel bad about it at all.
No.
But here's another town loop. Really nice use of the maneuver.
Thank you.
So it's
I do try.
You could have done a 4K turn, but that would have put you further away and kind of on a bad side of an asteroid.
Yeah, I like the fact that we've talked about this in the past, that the 3 hard turn is a great maneuver for maneuvering around asteroids. A good
it's
template
glorious.
for movie. And the fact that the T-70 has that as its Talon roll just means that when it comes to getting around asteroids, the T-70 is where it's at.
I'm intrigued to see what other ships may or will come with a Talon roll, and if we will see something other than a 3.
Well, that is interesting. I am curious as well, because we have the introduction of the Signal Loop, and not a lot of ships have gotten it.
We've only got 2 so far. And then now the FO has one.
Yeah.
But it's a different speed.
Yeah, it's 2. And so I'm interested to see if we'll see Talon rolls. One of the things that I was kind of curious about is that a ship, some of the fighters like A-Wings and TIE fighters, they're supposed to be super maneuverable, especially A-Wings. Supposed to be very, very maneuverable, and you're getting these new fighters that have these really crazy maneuvers, which feasibly a TIE Interceptor or an A-Wing might be able to do. Are they going to come up with new refits or new modifications that allow you to exchange your dial? I don't know. But
it's quite possible.
We have seen in the new Kira's kit the Lightning Reflexes, which is a 1 point EPT that you can just throw on an A-Wing, because, Green Squadron A-Wings just come with EPTs, which can turn any white maneuver into a basic
white or green. You just
flip it around.
Here's Vader's like, nope. Vader is noping the heck out of there.
Yeah, Vader does not want to get shot at. He's your synergy key, and the frustrating thing is that you've played me enough when I've been using my Vader to know how to fly him, and you're flying him very similar to how I used to fly him, which is I am here for one purpose, and that's to give out.
Actions. I do incidental damage, especially with the accuracy corrector. He will do incidental damage, but he's there to area buff the fighters around him, and he's an alright endgame piece.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Darth Vader 1v1 can do some terrible damage. Terrible as in good. Yeah. Terrible as in evil.
That almost tickled. Poe went full bore 4 hits into the TIE-FO, and I rolled 3 defense.
I shake my fist at ye.
It has to happen sometime. Yeah. I mean, come on.
Why does it have to happen to me?
So now we have Omega Ace. Wasn't able to set up the focus target lock this turn, so he's just gonna take a target lock and actually pretend he's gonna act like a regular TIE fighter this round.
Oh, woe is you. So I'm
Red
rolling.
Squadron vet
I'm
shooting back.
still rolling hot on the attack dice, but you're rolling fairly well on the defense dice. And there's 3 defense. You had to spend your focus for it, but
Debating whether or not to keep it for the attack, but it's at this point, the longer I can keep my fighters alive, better I'm going to do in the end.
yeah.
So we'll do some, take some shots, some speculative long-range shots here. One potential.
And I get some AutoThruster juiciness in there.
So, just whenever I picture AutoThrusters on the T-70, I kind of imagine them like a Viper from Battlestar Galactica, just going. Psh.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but because I had a focus on Poe, I was able to change that focus into an evade. So I rolled 1 evade, 1 focus, 1 blank, and I changed it to 3 defense dice.
Yeah, it's nice. And there's a TIE fighter using a target lock, and an X-wing rolling 2 defense. Frustration.
How does it happen?
So, not a bad turn, but Vader is kind of arse out in the wind right now.
Yeah.
So I really didn't need to go quite that fast, but I really didn't want to have him get shot.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, is like, with all of the defensive tech that's on your TIE FOs, it's feasible for me to just target your Vader instead of worry about one of these TIE FOs.
2 Signer loop.
So when you're dealing with regular TIE fighters, you're like, I'll just kill a TIE fighter. The TIE fighter will die to a sneeze.
Easy enough to do.
But TIE FOs, you gotta think about it. It won't just blow up unless you got a couple of really solid hits in there. Or crits, I should say.
Yeah. So, the lovely 2 Signer maneuver right there. It's such a fun... I mean, we're both really having a lot of fun with the signature moves of these 2 ships.
Yeah.
So he's got the other Epsilon squadron. He was stressed. He's moseying forward. He's de-stressing. He's relaxing a little bit.
I really like the maneuverability on Poe with the BB-8 and push the limit.
It's very good.
It's very nice. I'm also feeling that I put Wingman on the Red Squadron veteran, thinking that I'd be able to take the stress off of Poe if need be. And over the course of my game so far, I'm seeing how versatile the T-70 X-Wing is. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, maybe BB-8 and push the limit could be put on the Red Squadron veteran, and put some more defensive tech on Poe.
R2,
Yeah.
R2D2, or...
Yeah, I'm starting to follow a little bit in line of thought with what the internet tells me. Where
It happens occasionally.
yeah, well, I mean, like, Poe's good, and he has that focus on him all the time, but you want to put him in the hot spots, and if you get thrown into the danger zone, then you're going to want to recover from that, and the droid that allows you to use the focus to regain a shield or R2D2 is a good way of keeping that attrition high.
It is very nice, yeah. It is a little unfortunate. Omega Ace, he turned a little too hard. Clipped into the side of a TIE fighter. So, no action for him.
I'm not complaining.
No, because you're in range 1 of them now.
Yeah.
That is scary. This is not what I want to see.
Well, Vader could still act and hand him out actions.
He can, but he's pointed the wrong way.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's getting back this turn. Especially the TIE Advanced does not have a 1 hard turn.
No, it does not.
Which is, yeah.
So, but you can barrel roll, and maybe that'll put you in.
I can barrel roll. I am trying to get as close as I possibly can.
Are you close enough?
Not quite.
Moment of truth? No, I don't think you are.
No,
there's the fist shake.
Ah!
There's the rage.
I think about a 1/4 inch out. It was something absurd.
Yeah.
He's like, dang.
Get good, scrub.
I think it was like, I think Omega Ace is gonna explode this turn.
I hope so.
So, but I mean, he's Vader. He can opt to tell one of the other FOs to do something, or he can protect himself.
Yeah. Because I lost a third of my force right off the bat, this has been a very delicate game for me. I want to make sure that because I don't have that attrition that I was just talking about, I don't have those recovery droids. Every hit hurts. So I want to make sure that I do as much damage without taking as little damage as possible. Leveraging my auto thrusters if I can, leveraging those super maneuvers that I got, and death by 1,000 cuts if need be.
Yeah. So here you go. Here's Omega Ace. Getting shots in. He is still alive.
Still kicking.
Just. He's got 1 health left.
1 health left.
There's definitely danger zone playing in his cell phones right now. But you know what? He can shoot back. I will take my range 1 shot. I will use my target lock because it is not going to last long enough. And Poe just says, "No, you're not hitting me today."
Yeah, 2 defense dice for the win.
You make me sad.
I know.
Not quite in range 1 there.
So,
But,
3.
I need to roll like a god. And I do not.
Get out of here, buddy. Go back to school.
I needed that focus. That would have been sufficient.
Yeah, but would you have kept that focus or would you have spent it?
I don't remember what I rolled against Poe. So.
Now you rolled 2 hits.
Oh no, I would have defended with it.
Okay.
Well, that's the interesting thing. Actually, against Poe, I probably would have just spent it and go, here, have 3 crits.
Mm.
And we're going to be completely honest, that's exactly what I would have done.
Yeah, because Poe is seriously hurt right now.
He's only got 2 shields gone, so it's not too bad. I'm just trying to get trying to get as much damage through onto him as I can here. This is getting a little more dicey. I only have 3 ties versus 2 T-70s, so I don't like that very much. And we had a TIE fighter. He actually did a K-turn instead of a signal loop. I know it happens rarely, but
Yeah.
this guy decides, you know what, Poe, you're going to stop me.
It's nice to have options, right?
It really is. It really is. That's the biggest thing biggest thing that stops me from enjoying the Star Viper a whole lot is there's no K-turn.
Mm. Well, we'll have to figure out a way to rectify that in a game.
That's fingers crossed, right? So this is Red Squadron vet ended up in a very, very dangerous spot.
Yeah, I'm boosted out of that.
I'm getting out of there. He can still get shot at, which is not entirely ideal, but and Poe cannot BB-8.
You make me sad. You moved right into my barrel roll spot.
Yes, I did. Take a page out of your own book, right?
I
Use my ties as blockers.
I read your book. So here I am.
Focusing and pushing.
Yep.
Poe says, "Nope."
I'll take that stress.
Yeah, to get you out of range 1 of 1, if not 2 ships. That's worth it. And now, the boss man himself, Vader. He really does not want to fly in front of Poe. That would be bad.
Are you gonna barrel roll?
I actually don't know. He may just take this. If I barrel roll, I get shot. If I don't, I still get shot. But I can focus and evade if I don't barrel roll. Which, apparently is exactly what I do. It's like we're on the same wavelength.
It's almost. I think you know this guy.
So, I got 1 hit. I am going to accuracy corrector that.
I'm just checking to see if that 2-point EPT that I've taken is going to come into effect, and it does.
It does. So, out of 3 dice, 1 hits, I'm going to accuracy corrector that. And Poe will take a damage. So, not bad.
No, not bad at all.
And return fire. Can he deal with the Dark Lord of the Sith?
Well,
Apparently.
maybe.
Maybe. I have to focus and evade. And I still take 1. So,
He's still Vader's
that's okay.
pretty durable.
That's a good trade.
Yeah.
1 for 1, that's a good trade.
It could have gone a lot worse for you.
Yes, it could have. So right now, kind of just trying to pull out that focus token. And that was an AutoThrusters proc, so maybe miss. But that does not. So Poe is
Poe's hurt. He's
on last legs here.
Yeah, I'm not rolling fairly well on my defense dice, even with that focus going on there, and it's just not going well for me on this.
And he's just getting focused down.
Yeah, I mean, like if with the attack dice that you're throwing, I should be able to defend some of it, but it's just there's too much fire going his way. He's one hit away from death at this point. I got a nice T-70 that's also a bit damaged, a bit beat up. I got to figure out exactly how I'm going to take on these 3 fighters and secure the victory. I have the superior burst firepower, but not the superior sustained firepower at this point.
Yeah, especially, like as you said, with Poe only having the 1 health left.
Yeah. If I want to pick a fight, I want to make sure that I can kill whatever I'm picking a fight with so that it doesn't return fire.
And so here it looks like I've opted to get in a tail chase of the relatively unmolested X-Wing. It's a lot safer that way. Those asteroids really limited my maneuvers, and the fact that my FOs go after Poe.
Yeah.
Or go before Poe, so not a whole lot of maneuverability there.
So here I'm just doing a K-turn, getting myself some distance.
Try to proc your AutoThrusters if possible.
Yeah.
It's such a nice ability. So we got Poe coming through.
Excuse me. Get out of my way, Vader.
And he is not Talon rolling.
No, in all honesty, I should have. I wasn't sure if I could fit, but I didn't do it. The reason why I didn't do it, to be honest, is I really want to keep that focus. If I Talon rolled, if I got a decent hit on me, I would have probably just died.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm pushing the limit here because I'll get rid of that stress by virtue of the wingman. So I'm leveraging that EPT to my advantage, and I'm just trying to get as much distance as humanly possible away from these TIE fighters.
So Vader,
he's a bumping.
He's a bumping, but he's got to get his butt around.
Yeah.
And it puts the asteroid between him and Red Squadron veteran, making him a somewhat unappetizing target.
Yeah.
So here we go. This is a range 3.
So not nearly what the attack dice I wanted.
No, but I don't actually evade 1 hit at range 3.
Yeah. This is the defense dice I'm used to seeing from you.
Yes, it is. So attacks back. 1 hit, not nearly enough. And you roll 1 evade, but you AutoThrusters.
Yeah.
And I do nothing. Ouch.
I'm happy with that.
So, trading a point of damage for none, not really what I want to be doing right now.
So here you are, zooming forward. Not forward, to the side. Interesting.
Oh, trying to figure out where Poe is going to end up. He's going to get so many options. He can try to break around towards the bottom of the board, towards the camera edge of the board.
Yeah.
But doesn't leave him a whole lot of maneuvering room. Figured, you know what, he's likely to try to swing around the other way.
I was actually thinking of doing a K-turn with Poe here. I can't remember exactly what maneuver I did, but looking at it from this perspective, I think I would have actually been able to do a 4K turn.
I think you would have been able to squeak that in there.
But I didn't want to risk it. And I think if I flew off the board after such a tight game so far, I would have felt bad, so that's one of the reasons why I didn't do it.
It's a bad idea, and you should feel bad for thinking about it.
Yeah, exactly. So here I am, Talon rolling.
This is about what I figured you were going to do.
And I'm telling you to put me as far away as possible.
Yes, get me out of here.
And that way I can get hopefully my auto thruster proc.
It looks like it. It looks like that should be range 3. It's going to be close, but it should be alright.
Range 3 is benefiting me more than it's benefiting you, hopefully, at this point.
Oh, definitely.
2 attack dice versus 3 defense dice, which I can modify, and I have 3 attack dice going against 4 defense dice.
This is Vader just getting frustrated. Like, get out of my way! Yeah. But again, not having that that one hard turn is like, I mean, he probably would have flown an asteroid there, so not the best opportunity, but still, he's showing why he is the Lord of the Sith and getting 3 hits.
Yep. One of them is a crit.
However, I am unsure if it actually mattered, as you have 1 health left. It did not instantly kill you, so we shall see. But a good turn for Vader. Now let's see if Poe can capitalize on this. See if he can return the favor.
So range 3 shot. 2 potentials.
Let's see if I continue to roll as phenomenally. The answer is no. I do not. And he explodes. Again.
Yeah.
It's like my TIE Fighter's made of popcorn.
Yeah. So here, I'm not sure which TIE Fighter or which fighter I'm going to throw my dice at. I think I should throw my dice at Vader. It's the better choice. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. Oh,
That was the crit you couldn't shoot.
Yeah. I could not shoot. And that sucks. So that crit killed my my X-Wing without getting its shots back.
Yes, it did.
And I have Poe with 1 hull. I can pull this off. It's going to be very tricky. And at this point, this is going through my head. I'm like, I really want R2-D2 on Poe or the other droid, the focus droid.
The focus battery.
I want something that can give this guy staying power. He is super maneuverable. He does a lot of damage. And he has an amazing pilot ability. Yeah, it's a lot of fun doing the push the limit BB-8 thing. And, yeah, it could be great on another fighter. On Poe, he just needs that durability.
He wants one of the recovery droids.
Yeah. Let's see if I can win without a crutch.
Fingers crossed, right? Well, not for me.
What's wrong, man? You want to vote for me?
No. No. Vader will force choke me from
the beyond the grave.
Yes, from his little ship, he will poke his head out the top hatch and go, "You have failed me for the last time."
Oh, we still might see Vader on the big screen in the Rogue One movie too. So
that's quite possible. Would not object to that. So here you go. Looks like you are going to be shedding your stress, which is very nice. So Poe can get his ever-needed focus back.
Yeah.
And Vader is still flying derpy.
Now that's something that I wanted to mention. I revealed a green maneuver, but because I was stressed when I revealed the maneuver, I couldn't do my barrel roll.
Yeah, you do still have to abide by the rules of no actions while stressed.
Yeah.
And that does close it out. Vader gets the killing blow.
As he should.
It's fitting.
So that was our first take on the Force Awakens starter kit. I'm looking forward to seeing the new blisters. There's a lot of cool tech that's coming out in that. There's a couple of new pilots that are going to be coming out in the new blisters as well. So a lot of hype for me on that. The new fighters, my immediate takeaway from them is that they're awesome. The T-70 is great. The TIE FO, a worthy successor of the TIE Fighter LN.
Yeah, the T-70, man, you were going to see that in a lot of lists.
I think so. I don't think it's a complete replacement for the X-Wing, the basic T-65 X-Wing, because you have those really amazing pilots in there, and also you're getting some love for the T65 X-wing in the T70 blister. So I'm looking forward to seeing the T65 getting some love. But yeah, the T70 is super solid.
Yeah, I would like to see more FOs on the screen. They're a heck of a lot of fun to fly. Can't say it enough. That 2-signer loop, oh man, that makes the ship. Thanks for watching Wookiees on X-Wing. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. We've got Wookiee videos out every Wednesday.
We are part of the Northern Gaming Network. Be sure to check it out at northerngamingnetwork.com, where we have additional content for this game and others. Find us on Twitter at NorthGameNet, or like us on Facebook to keep up with our most recent news.
Have a good one, guys.